Hi, it's Matt and Jessica with Trout Soup.
So today we're on the Piedra River and we're about 32 miles east of Durango. We're gonna do some dry fly fishing on a small creek. We've got clear water conditions. Okay, we're working our way up to the bridge here on the flats. I'm just gonna explore all these little riffles. Take a few casts, work our way pretty quickly. I did try underneath these, the color change here would be right by shore, where the shadows are underneath the bushes. A lot of times brown trout in these lower stretches, especially, will like the protection of the bank, or at least they like to feel like they're protected, and then they'll move out and take food from those locations. This water is very warm right now, so we're looking for the deeper currents and the faster currents. My wife Jessica just had a fish on the line. We finally found him up in these, right at the head of the pool here. We fished this entire pool, both of us. She just hooked one, startled her a little bit, and he got off. There we go. Jumper.
From my personal mentor, Dr. Robert Banke, in an article he wrote in the fall of 1989, We're Putting Them Back Alive. He has a section entitled Death by Warming. He cites a study done in Keenan Lake in California, where mortality rates on fish were around 48.5% and as high as 55% mortality rate when temperatures in the water reached close to 70 degrees. So it's important for us to remember, handling of the fish out of the water should be minimized. Let's get them back into the water as quickly as possible.
Oh!
Jessica was patient and persistent the whole day through. She fished all of these pocket pools and runs on the lower section like a champ. My wife Jessica decided to fish the section right by the road under the bridge, where I caught that one brown trout, before we decided to head upstream. We drove about 3/4 of a mile up the road. The 2 points on the map show our locations that we fished. Any car can make this drive, and the walk is only 100 or 200 yards.
Looking good, babe.
And although I had no action on my dry fly or my dropper, I decided that it was a hot day, good for a swim. And although I was stumbling around like a madman, I never found the fish. Wading studs for my wife's boots were a great idea, especially in these freestone streams. These Sims Alumabite Star Cleat are softer, they're great for grabbing the harder stones like granite. And then I staggered in 7 of these cold cutter carbide spikes for better grip on softer stones. These studs helped her out tremendously while she was waiting, and apparently the fish liked them too. Now up to this point, it should be noted that we are using the exact same fly pattern, both dry fly and dropper. I had 0 bites, 0 looks, 0 takes, and I saw no fish. My wife, however, had about half a dozen fish on the line, hook set and all. She was just struggling a little bit to get them into the net. After hook setting all the fish today and missing them, way to go, babe. She had all the action today. I fished this entire section of stream, all the way down from down there, all the way up to the private property sign, and I had 0 bites. Jess had probably half, yeah, she couldn't land them. She had about half a dozen fish on the line, lost them, and finally got this one in here right at the end. So good job, babe. We'll give y'all a little after report on the Piedra River. We came down here to Durango to fish the Animus, and it was it was pretty much blown out. We've been dry dropper, hopper dropper, fishing this whole section today. We got one at the beginning. It's gorgeous water, wild brown trout. One of the reasons why we had such difficulty today is that this water temperature it's got to be close to 70. We've been wet wading. I've been dunking myself all day long underneath the water. The fishing report said it was around 65 degrees is what the temperature was running down here in the lower section, and I think that's why they're a little lethargic. Dissolved oxygen content is very low when the water's this warm, so they're not all that active. A little bit of a caddis hatch today, not much. We didn't see any risers, but they've been coming up after her fly all day long. So that's your after report on the Piedra.